Hello everyone, welcome back. Today I'm gonna talk about why you are not actually growing in life and what is the most important thing that you need to keep in mind while you are in this journey of self improvement or whatever you wanna call it out. You know what? Most people are not actually growing in life, and the major reason is because they knew and they know what they want to do, and they exactly know what to do, but they are not doing that. It's an inability to take action on time, not because they have lack of knowledge, not because they don't know what to do next. They have a certain amount of planning, they make a vision board, they write to-do list, and they do everything as they can. They will either buy a whole board, um, maybe a template or whatever it is, but they don't grow or they don't actually get what they want and don't make any progress and still complain about it. And the major reason for that is the inability to actually take action, and that's what is stopping a lot of people from growing in life. And I think whatever your age is, maybe 20, 25, 30, 35, it really doesn't matter, because whatever age you have lived so far, you don't need you don't need more guidance, because your age and the accumulation of the thing that you have experienced so far in life, that has taught you a lot of things, and that's enough for you to take a step forward, because you are just trying to build and just trying to start out, right? So you don't need to have a vast amount of knowledge. But if you are someone who has already built, who is already making tens and thousands of dollars every month, or maybe has achieved certain level of success in life, or have grown in the studies, or maybe in different endeavors of life, maybe have good health, then if you want to add on, and if you want to, maybe you want to make that $10,000 to $50,000, then there are some additional things that you need, and you have to start looking for podcasts, guide, have to read plenty of books. And I'm not saying here that you can't consume that, you can't actually read books, but what I'm trying to say is, like, it's like an analysis paralysis, where you are being a victim of too much information. You are getting too much information, you are watching podcasts while you are eating, you're not focusing while you are eating, you are actually consuming a lot of things in the self of in the name of self-help, and that's actually destroying you. And it's okay to do, but in the mental, in your mind, what you think as a perception and the illusion that you create is that you are consuming so lot of tons of podcasts, you are consuming a lot of things that actually can help you grow in life, but it's actually not happening, right? You are actually doing better, and actually you're spending so much time and energy on doing those stuff, and your brain got tricked into thinking that you're actually making progress, but you are not. You are in the same position, in the same room, in the same chair, sitting and listening to the podcast by wearing the headphone, and nothing changes. It's still the same, and after a couple of months you realize that nothing has changed, it's the same thing. And why is that? So you have to self reflect, you have to debrief with yourself, and you have to write a journal, maybe that might help to realize, to understand what exactly is happening. Where am I spending my so much time, that I always carry about my time. So where am I actually spending so much of my time, and where it's actually going? And it's just a mental masturbation. It's just you pretending to think that you are actually making a progress, but you are not. And it there will be a deep realization and regret, because there is no progress, there is no action, right? So you just need to calm down, you just need to sit alone with a piece of paper or whatever it is, and actually think about it, actually plan about it, and stop consuming a lot of things. Start focusing on one thing rather than doing multiple things. Try to focus on one thing, try to do it by giving most of our time and energy, and you will of course succeed. And I'm not saying I'm not against podcasts, I'm not against books, I'm not against any kind of self-help thingo, but I want you as a starter, you as a beginner who is trying to like build something, or who is trying to do whatever it is in your life, you want to make progress or be 1% better than yesterday, or better than yourself, just stop consuming and start taking action. Whatever knowledge you have accumulated so far, it might be a small routine. Maybe I will wake up tomorrow at 6 and go for a run. That's it. You just need to, tomorrow you have to wake up and you have to go for a 1 kilometers or 1 mile of run at like maybe from 6 to 7. So that's it, that's that. So there is a sense, there is a subtle sense, that's not a huge sense, but you have to think about that. And that's a huge sense for someone who has never run in the morning. And that's actually is the progress. And that's exactly what we want from the podcast, from the books, from the experience that we have done. And I want to emphasize on that subtle sense, so that you understand the value of realizing yourself that taking too much knowledge, consuming too much, it's not a superpower, but actually utilizing what you have already is the superpower. And that's actually will help you out to come out of your comfort zone, grow, build your brand, be a better version of yourself, or whatever you want to name it. And that's why I make videos, and these videos actually help me out as well, because sometimes if I normally don't watch video, but that's what I I think about it myself, and that's how I grow in my life. And I'm just sharing what I think is true. And yeah, good luck. Thank you for watching.